So we're gonna do a new mold on a live stream here. Biggest mold, biggest bait I can make. 7.5 inch epic preybait. Never injected yet. Just arrived today. So we're gonna see how it does. We're gonna start off by doing our crappie color, which probably nobody's seen yet. I've done almost all of my official bait colors not recorded because I can go faster and I needed to get them knocked out. I'll do them eventually and get all of them in videos. But just gonna stand that up over there. Got hot plastic. And we're just gonna make the crappie color. It should be good. A little cold. Get that out of there. Alright, so for the crappie color, there is no pigments in it. It is just all crappie colors. So our base is green highlight from Lower Works, and if you're wondering what happened to the container, I melted it by accident on the griddle. So it is 330 seconds. This is 3/4 cup. So for 1 cup, it would just be 1/8. But speaking of which, I can do this faster. Let me just switch to a 16th, which is the equivalent of 2. There we go. So there's that. And then at the end of this, I'll be showing pretty much all of the official bait colors that I've done. They're not in every mold, but I have them all sorted out on what they're going to do, or what they're going to be. And then after that, got my paper here with it written down that I can see it. Same amount of that in AU79, 8 thou from Dead On Plastics. If I can get this open. There's that. Okay, there's another 3:30 seconds in 40 thou black. Hexagon from Lower Works. There's also 15 thou black in this for texture. Geez, there's a lot of that. There's 3/16 of that. So an 1/8 and a 1/16. 15 thou Lower Works black hex. Hoping chat's working, so it should be, but I'm not entirely sure. And then 3/64 of turquoise flake, 8 thou from Dead On Plastics. I also have no idea how much this mold will drink, so hopefully not over 3/4. Okay, yeah, chat works. Thanks, Dad, for testing that. Oh, should have heated this up a little bit more. Alright, not starting this off on a very good note here. Let me get that folded in there. Roll that off. Heat that back up. 1 minute. So we'll just start showing off some of the recent work here. I don't remember if I did either of these. So here's some smaller prey baits. We got a yellow perch up here. And then sexy shad down here. I did that line with a soldering iron. That one I just poured. I might change it to a soldering iron. Just no shine belly with a phthalo blue top, which is a Loreworks color. The bottom is the line and the belly are Dead on Plastic colors. This is just, I think it's a brown mayfly and that crappie gold color that we did with some green pumpkin lines. There's some really cool ones that I did. I finally mastered the swirl. So we got some toxic leeches. That's what I'm calling that color, toxic. It's just purple with chartreuse square flake in it and chartreuse with purple flake in it. Swirled together. I did that on a few other baits, but this should be ready, so we'll just continue doing that throughout when we're doing something. Alright. There we go. That looks like the crappie color I know. There we go. So let me bring this up here. Thank you for the compliment on the baits. Alright, that's a little hot. I cannot hold that up there for very long. So we're going to go ahead and degas that. If it drinks more than that and we got to redo it, I'll just put the melt in. My old remelt puck of this. Right there. Other crappie color. Put that in there. So we'll be filming a lot with this mold here soon because my friend is going muskie fishing over the summer and that's the whole reason I bought this. And he's going to order a bunch, so it was worth me getting it. Also for future orders from anybody else. And it's also a really fun mold from the looks of it. So, we also have the color match that I did. I did a YouTube short on that. Got a bunch in that color. I think the Ned Crawl almost looks probably the best in it. Ow, I just hit my knuckle. So here's all the baits in that color. Little curly tail worm there. All of those baits. I also got some of your standard colors. That thing is extremely loud. But I got like the green pumpkin and the watermelon. And I did... Let's just get all the Ned Crawls here. I'm missing one. Oh, that's because they're down here. I got everything stuck to my paper. Get off my paper. There we go. So we'll just show off all the Ned Crawls here at one time. We already did the red one. And there's more colors, but they're already bagged. I'll show those at the end. So we got like a spiced green pumpkin, a spiced watermelon seed, toxic, and then antifreeze, which looks really good in the sun. When that, even not holding it up to the sun, just holding it flat in my hand, it illuminates blue. Oh, my light's off. Maybe I can get it to, there we go. Let me get just the LED on there. Then there's with the white light. But a bunch of Ned Crawls. Also did toxic in the ecto crawls. I did toxic in all the bigger baits. Bass baits, whatever you want to call them. So like toxic curly tail worms, toxic stick worms, already showed off the toxic leeches. Let me get rid of that. I only like the LED on them. There we go. So a bunch of those. If I can find where they need to go. And then we got all of this in kiwis here. Swamp bug. That's what I call it. Fire crawl. And we just did fire crawl tadpoles. I don't remember if I showed these off, but I call them crappie candy. It's just laminate for all the crappie baits. Let me take care of this TV real quick because it has music going, and I'll go insane without it. There we go. I can hear it now. All right. So that is ready there. And I don't know what temperature to inject this either. I'm going to assume like 360, I guess. Actually, no. I'm going to aim for 350 because it's a big bait and I don't want it to dent. So let's reheat that. We got kiwi, swamp bug, micro hogs. Call them gillies. That's what I'll be selling them under when I get the website, which is hopefully by summer. We got ecto-crawls in the antifreeze, curly tails in the antifreeze. That's all we got in the antifreeze and the big baits so far. Let me get my tackle box out. Oh, hold on. Let me do this first. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, I'm trying to move stuff. Hold on. There we go. Got my tackle box in a weird position, and now I'm trying to like stand over top of it to do this. All right. So, first injection in a brand new mold. It wasn't even supposed to be here until Monday. Just injecting it nice and slow. Oh my goodness, that's all it drinks? That was only like a half cup. I don't know if I'll top this off. Wait a minute. That was a little bit over a quarter cup. I thought that was going to be way more than a quarter cup. I don't want to throw that back in yet, in case I do more. But back on tackle box number 1 here. I have a tackle bag. This is just my one box that is on top of it. Just right. Open this up. But we got, I know I did those in a video, so lagoon bug, blue crawl, preybait. This one got butchered by a bass. Like, that hook was up there where that thing is, and it just, little like 14-incher. The minnow belly and the crappie, well, not the crappie, the trout are down in there too. But there's some antifreeze crappie baits, double trouble chartreuse, which that micro hog, I don't think I caught anything on that one yet. Crappie gold. I had a BA kicker and a micro hog with that. They got pretty good. I got a bass with the one and a pumpkin seed with the other. And then that little white tadpole in there, it has some like hologram flake in it, just a little bit. Like right there's only one in the tail there. Like that's how little amount there is. But that got hammered by a solid 14-incher. Trying to think of what else I don't know if got anything else in that. I've used a lot, so. But I'm guessing this is good to demold. Uh-oh. I wasn't paying attention. I will be needing to top these off. See if that sinks at all. So we'll let it go for a little bit more. Show off more baits. I knocked out a bunch of the salmon, egg, and ice bait colors, so we got these ones here. Just see-through with hologram flake, and then white laminate. Got them in the small ones too. Same idea with these ones. Just emerald green on the bottom. Got them in small. Neon orange, chartreuse, red rum, neon magenta, and then chartreuse over neon magenta in those ones. Not all of these are ones I made, which should be obvious, but oh, and then the sexy shad glitter right there in just ice baits. Come on, close please, thank you. So this one didn't get a fish. There was just a bait laying in my thing, and I was trying to see if it was ripped up to tell if there was a fish on it. So we got Mardi Gras mayfly stuff here, and then lagoon bug, blue crawl right there. Pretty sure that's all the stuff I've done. I think. I could be wrong, but now, moment we've all been waiting for, including myself. Come on, get off my finger, that way I can open this. Shiny mold. Please tell me I did it right. Oh my goodness, this thing is huge. Uh-oh, I didn't mix in all the green highlight. This is just, right there's a big chunk of green highlight powder, but oh, there is an air pocket, so I'll just remount this one then, but that is huge. Absolutely huge. So it's got the belly hook slot, down there, pretty deep one, up to the fin, and then top hook slot, just a little one to sink the hook into. Not all the powder got mixed in. So I'm just gonna, and there's also an air pocket if I top it off. So I'm just gonna remount it. Okay. No, it took a little over a quarter.
A little over a quarter.
Yeah, that's it. What in the world is happening to my music? About to lose my marbles. Alright, hold on. Alright, so let's get this all rigged back up. Okay, now I get fast car. You gotta be kidding me. I don't want fast car. It was overplayed. Jeez, 9 people. Okay. So the first one we did had an air pocket in the nose, and I didn't mix in all the powder the whole way, so we're just gonna remelt that real quick and do it again. But it is an awesome bait. As long as they stay, that's a lot. Okay. So now that there's more people in here, I'll show off some stuff that I've done recently again. Let me get all my Ned crawls lined up. I think I got them all. 5 of them here. So we got spiced green pumpkin, spiced watermelon seed, I don't know what I'm going to call that yet, but that was my YouTube short I did on remount. This is antifreeze, and then I call it toxic. It's just a swirl. I finally got the milking the cow method down. It's chartreuse from Dead on Plastics with grape 40 thou in from Loreworks, and then purple from Loreworks with square 35 thou chartreuse glitter in it. So a bunch of those, did that toxic in ecto crawls, leeches, which I think look really cool. There's one leech that somehow got a dot of it, like just one random dot right there. No idea how that got there, but I think the leech looks pretty cool. Curly tail worms, 4 inchers. Oh, that one still got the little excess on the end. But I put that little knob on there. I might one day expand on that knob, but just a little dot to put more weight into the tail, but swirls through the curly tail. Let me lay these ecto crawls back. Start the degas on the crappie color. Oh shoot. Alright, so let's mix this back in real quick. If it's not too bubbly, I'll just go for it again. Yeah, it's not going to be too bubbly. It needs a little bit longer, that way that powder can get in there. Alright, so also got Swamp Bug, aka Kiwis from Dead on Plastics, morph color in Micro Hogs 1 inch. What else we got? So we got more antifreeze down here, ecto crawls, curly tails. I call it changeable antifreeze because it does go pretty clear. I don't have a light. It's like a green, purple, bunch of different colors. Like as you see through the light, it's bright blue. But then if I shine the light on it, it kind of looks purple. Sometimes there's a green glare that comes on it. So a bunch of different things that color will do. Now that we got this ready, alright, thank you to you guys who are watching. I cannot translate that, can I? Pin message. I can't translate some of these messages, so unfortunately if they're in a different language, I cannot read them. But assuming they're good, thank you. Assuming they're a good comment. Now the question is, did I get that all mixed in this time? It's looking like it. I'll mix it a little bit more. Always gotta make sure these are mixed in when it comes to powders. Especially your like expensive hyper shift powders and stuff like that. Luckily, it doesn't waste it when you don't get it mixed in the whole way. What is with this music right now? It's playing the songs I despise. Mainly just because I overheard them. It's not that I don't despise the people, but like, I think this TV hates me. Alright. Let's inject this all over again. We're not going to screw it up this time. We're going to get a good bait out of this. Alright. There we go. Is this camera angle good for everybody? Can everybody see well? Like, I've done a decent amount of live streams, but I've always kind of changed angles and stuff. So just curious if anybody on here has seen any of my other ones, and if they like how I've had it before, or... Alright, it's good? Thank you. I like it doing this way because I can read comments. I haven't figured it out with GoPro yet. I tried it earlier, but I don't like the way it does some of the stuff. It will not let me schedule it for later. I just kind of got to go live instantly. Maybe I have to schedule it on YouTube. Something I got to play around with. So if you keep getting a bunch of notifications after this that say I'm live or stuff like that, It's probably just because I'm playing with my GoPro trying to figure out how to do it. After this, I will be working on all my fishing footage and photos and stuff to be able to put those up. Oh, don't you dare. Alright. Not screwing it up this time. This is the most people I've ever had in a live stream, so thank you to you guys that are watching it. So all the official colors that I've been working on here for a while, I'm hoping to have a website by summer that they will be going in. And when I get that website set up, there will be... So I have cups of this color. It's just a bunch of dual injection remount stuff. I will be making as many baits as I can make out of like 5 cups of this. And it will be just a limited time stock. Once it's gone, it's gone. I cannot recreate it. And that's just going to be how it is. Come on, just... Okay, never mind. Hold on, I'm fixing music. Stop fighting with me. There we go. Okay. And of course it gives me a commercial. And it can't be 5 seconds long. Alright. So, okay, this is going to help my YouTube channel a lot. If you all 14 or how many are watching this, sometimes when my phone drops in connection or somebody's phone drops in connection, the number drops for me. So, I'm going to guess it's ready. It's still warm. Ah, I love this mold. And in case you people didn't hear it at the beginning, or you all, however I should say that, I don't know. But this mold wasn't supposed to be here till Monday. So, oh my, here we go. Oh, it's still gooey. Alright, let's not screw this up. Like, look at the tail. Okay, hold on. We got a good photo coming here soon. So there's the 3-inch compared to the 7. And here's the tail. Uh-oh. My phone's about to die. But here's the tail comparison. That is just... When you don't have big baits and then you finally get a big bait, you learn why people do big baits real quick. So we're going to leave that on the hook slot real quick. Well, actually, I'm going to run and grab my phone charger real quick. That way I can keep this live stream going. So give me like 2 minutes to go get that phone charger. Because if I don't, this live stream will end and that will be it. And then we're going to work on probably like a brown trout pattern or something. Well, no. We're going to do musky bait. So we're going to do like maybe a brown trout pattern, but we're just going to make it bright neon colors. Out of this world colors. So I'll be right back. Alright, let me go grab that phone charger. Alright. This live stream will be able to go for a while now. Just ran up the stairs. Alright, come on, let's get this plugged in. Alright. So, now that we got Jumbo here, I am 100% out of words. I gotta see this compared to a 3-aught beast hook. Well, beast hook style. It doesn't have the weight, but... So the 3-inch should really have a 2-aught. I only have 3s because that's all I could get in time for my fishing that I was doing. But the 3-aught, I don't even think it would go back to right the end of the gill. Sorry, I wasn't even on camera. It goes back right to the end of the gill. And the nose, oh my goodness. That is just huge. Alright. Oh yeah, so there's something recent that I did too, right here. It's just a sexy shad pattern. Yeah, I know, I haven't got there yet. I'm gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna do the giveaway thing tonight, so. Yeah, there was a slight miscommunication on that, so that would be part of the problem, but also all the recent work I've done, so. I mean, I don't have like baby hands, but I don't have the world's largest hands, and that thing is. I don't even know if I have a rod that could handle that. I have line that could handle that, not a rod. Alright, so let me go measure out some plastic here. Because we're going to do a lot of detail, like with the fin and a bunch of dots. And or do I even have to measure it out? I might have some of it. Right there's some red. I need that. So right there's one. Let me start that. That is a 7.5 inch preybait. Epic preybait. 230. So if I have the, yep, right down there. Epic preybait. And they even give you the back and belly Marlin Baits logo on the one side, and then everybody on the other. You know what? For the chartreuse color, we're just gonna grab our toxic remelt here, the chartreuse side of it, and we're just gonna use that. Oh, why'd I open that? I'm not thinking straight right now. Let me fix that. Then we might use some of this in there. Like, I feel like I can just do crazy stuff. Thank you for the compliment. I feel like this is like when I airbrush. Like, you can just build color beyond color and just still turn out good. I kind of want to like make one of these and just mount it to a board and just hang it. Yeah, so if my friend don't like these, I'm just going to take one in and just hit him with it. That looked kind of terrible. But like, this probably isn't even hard enough plastic for this. This is swim bait, jerk bait. This probably is supposed to have like crawl tube or salt water, but it will serve its purpose. I don't even have eyeballs, okay? I don't have eyeballs for that. What is that, like a 10 mil eye? I don't even know. Got orange there too. We can just. And one other thing I might want to get out is we're gonna need my soldering iron for this. And the box this thing came in is below me, so let me not light that on fire. Could make this a very interesting live stream real quick. Alright, there we go. What kind of, I need to unplug my griddle. Oh, wrong. Actually, that was my light. It's alright, wasn't using it anyway. So this is just a normal soldering iron. Like, its lowest is 200C. So I just set it to the lowest. Also, this is really cheap, so that pops out. So it's at its lowest, it just isn't, it doesn't look like it. And then when it reaches the temp, I think the light turns off, something like that. No, the light stays on. Just when it's hot enough, I just turn it back off, or I'll leave it on for a little bit. That way I don't burn the plastic. It also smells terrible because it burns all the old plastic off. And luckily, I don't have to degas these. I just gotta stir them because I'll only be taking a little bit of plastic. So nothing really big enough amounts that it'll matter. Oh. Let me get another measuring cup ready. Set that out of the way. I think we're gonna use this emerald green here. Does it show you guys as viewers how many people are viewing this like right now? And if so, how many does it say? Because I'm curious what it says. You guys probably can't see it. 4? Okay, yeah, that's the same I got. I was just wondering because when people lag behind by, I think it's a minute, it says they're not viewing the live. They're still, so like, all the information counts. So for YouTube, you have to have a certain amount of watch hours. All that adds up for me still and tells me at the end how many people viewed it. But like right now, it just jumped to 6. It just jumped. It'll probably drop back down to 4 or so in a second, even if they're still viewing it. Or like the 14 from earlier, they might still be viewing it. I just can't see it because they might have dropped behind a little bit. So we're going to start playing around with that red here. Once I get this green back in. And you can literally use less than like 3 milliliters. Never mind. Forget I said that. You can use less than like I don't know, probably like 200 milliliters to play around with this, because you don't need a hang of a lot. And this is the time where I want a chair, because I'm going to be down there a lot. So let me bring this in a little bit, zoom back out, there we go. I gotta drag a bunch of stuff away. That's why I'm interested. Move you guys backwards a little bit. There we go. Alright. I will not be able to read comments for a little bit, because I'll be below the front. So that is ready. We're just going to do some red in the tail here, right around there, maybe some red up there, probably red in the gills, and that's probably it, the red, or we might layer some on later. This is still extremely hot. This here, dip it down in, and all you gotta do is grab it like a paintbrush. I'm going to try and keep talking while I do this. I usually am not talking when I'm doing this. So. Also, probably the reason when I was doing a bunch of colors for the official, I didn't record because I would not have been talking. A little bit of chicken fried. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say it. Might get copyrighted. That was not income. Alright, just gonna keep going. Add a little bit more in there. You can put a bunch of texture in it by dabbing it up and down because you're kind of like melting it away in certain spots. So I can't even see it. So I'm gonna, yeah, that'll need to go up more. I kind of want it smooth. I don't want it clear and choppy. Just gonna smooth back over. Turn it back on a little bit. I have like a chisel shape soldering iron piece on it. It's that shape. You can see that. We're just going to put some in the very tip of the tail. There we go. Then we're going to grab some and go right there down by the dorsal or pectoral fin and drag it upward. Almost like a bloody gill. Check this out. Right there. I think that's right. Sorry, that blipped out there for a little bit. Right there, there, and there. Move that to the back. Grab the next one. Oh dear, turn that off a little bit. Take it off. Now do the next one. Same thing all over again. Same spots. Just gonna put a bunch of dots on it for a little bit to start, and then I'm gonna smooth it all out. I think that might work better. I hope you guys can still hear me. Alright. Now I'm just gonna drag that. There's that fin. Now back to the tail. If I do it right. Come on. Get back in there. Alright, there we go. There's the tail. Alright. And now I'm just going to do the gill. And if it looks uneven, the way I look at it, it's the same way as Walker's fishing. Chris Jones, he looks at it. There's none of the fish in nature are identical, and they're not like perfectly straight lines. So, alright, now get the next lure out, and now I can see comments again. Put that little dot back in. And the best part is, if you mess it up with this, it's not like airbrushing. You can literally just pull that back off, unlike airbrushing. Alright, we got the chartreuse. Probably won't end up getting any glitter in it because it's not why it's in here. I'm going to do this one standing up, so I'll be able to see comments if there are any questions or anything like that. Even if they're not related to this, as long as I see it, and people weren't like spamming it, which nobody is, so. I just gotta get the chair I was sitting on in the right position for me to stand up. Alright. Alright, here we go. What are we gonna do? It's a good question. Even though nobody asked that, I just answered myself. So I think I'm gonna do a bunch of dots on it. A bunch of dots all around it. And maybe in the pectoral fin a little bit. Yeah. That's what we're gonna go with. Little dots. Just dipping it in a decent amount. Wait till it starts dripping and then bringing it back over. Dipping it back in. Wait till it starts dripping. Sometimes I'll get two, sometimes I won't. Just gonna keep going. And I tried looking at the camera for a second, I just messed it up, so. Oh, that's not good getting that in that fin. I'll have to take that back out. Now I'm gonna do a little bit in the pectoral fin up by the end is where it decided to go. Alright, see if I can get that off. No, okay. So we're just gonna have to melt it. Because I don't want that clogging up the pectoral fin, that's the reason I just did that. There we go. Worked pretty good. So, everybody thinking this looks good? Thinking it's looking good so far? Take any suggestions or anything on how to do that? I don't want to overload the chartreuse because I'm going to do more dots with the other colors. So, anybody's opinion. I honestly don't care what your opinion is. If you think it's going to hurt my feelings, it's probably not. Yeah. Just, yeah. I prefer the comments instead of the non-comments. This thing is too cold, it's not dripping well, so. Oop, dripped on the table. I can kind of get up on that hook slot with this. I wasn't thinking about that, or else I probably would have taken it out, but it is screwed in there, that way it never falls out. Anybody got any opinion on this yet? Like, you think it's gonna look good, or anything like that? Any suggestions on what the body, the injection color should be? I just dipped it in the wrong spot. And if you hear a lawnmower, my neighbor is now out mowing, so it's gonna be a little noisy. Maybe not for you guys, but for me. Okay, he's now past my garage, so it's gonna be a little bit quieter. Alright, so that is gonna be it for the chartreuse. Standing back up now. Way I can see again. This is not charging very fast. That's because it's not charging. Jeez, oh Pete's. Why can it not charge? There we go. Okay, I got it. If that was extremely glitchy, sorry about that, but I had to make sure that started charging, or else we would have not been doing too good here. Ooh, ouch, that's hot. I think that's gonna be a burn. So all I'm doing is taking the hook slot, since it's metal, and just like that. And then that's just how I burnt myself. So wear gloves when you do that. Don't be like me. It doesn't look too bad. Right there where it's pink, right by my fingernail, right there. It barely even hurts, so we're good. Alright, so let me let that down there for a little bit. Let's get our other colors ready. Give them another minute. So, anything anybody want to see or anything like that? Anything, something? I can do just about anything right now. To do with fishing lures. Because I'm here just waiting, so. Alright. Are you all watching in the United States? US of A? United States of America? North America? USA? However in the world you want to word that. Anybody in it that's watching this? Or am I like casting overseas? Or not even overseas, just Canada. US? Oh yeah. Do you fish in the US? Got any spot, like any certain lakes that you go to a lot or anything like that? How do you join? Alright, there's one that's... Oh, the soldering iron's what stinks. Okay, I was all lost here for a second. Okay, so now we got the orange ready. We're just going to basically dot that down by the tail, is what I'm going to do. Alright, I'm not familiar with that one. I'm familiar with only a few, mainly because where I am, well, I'm in PA, but I do a lot of private pond fishing, decent sized ponds. The one's pretty small, but the fish all... So the way I look at it is, for the one pond I go to, the fish have seen a lot of salmon eggs and stuff, so if they don't like it, they're not going to bite it, because they're just not curious. So when I catch a fish, I still count it as like fishing in a lake, because... Oh, so what's your personal best? But back with that pond, like, they don't bite it because they're not hungry, they're fed, so they only bite what they actually want. Like, it's not like I'm rigging it for me to get fish. Oh, okay, so I am hoping to go to Kansas. So I will be, I think, well, actually, I think, some of my friends just told me about that spot. Okay, West Virginia, or, right? Yeah, okay. I'm trying to look at what I'm doing and look at comments at the same time, so. West Virginia, I travel through West Virginia a lot. This is gonna be crazy. This is just gonna be wild. £4, okay, 4 pounds. Yeah, well, my personal best is only like 1.5 pounds, and that's up in Ontario. We used to get up there all the time. Then when they shut down the border there for a little bit, we are going back this summer, so I will have some fishing footage sometime this summer of Ontario. My personal best was, I think, around 1.5 pounds. It was an 18-inch large, I know that. He was pretty chubby, so I'm gonna guess it was 1.5 pounds. But I mainly just enjoy fishing. Like, if I'm fishing, I'm happy. I don't... As long as I'm catching also, I'm even happier, though. Bass fishing, yeah, that's mainly what I do. Sometimes I'll go for, like, smaller panfish. Mainly since I make panfish baits, but... Might be trying some pike this year. I'm looking into some heavier fishing equipment. That way I can handle toothy fish. Because I'm making baits that literally attract toothy fish, so... Alright, I think that looks good. Clean this off again. I'm hoping to, one day, get into, Bassmaster Classic, their fishing expo. Depending on where they move it, it might be sooner or later. If they go back to, Knoxville, Tennessee, it's probably going to be sooner than later. But if they keep it out in, where'd they do it this past year? It was, Oklahoma. I think it was somewhere around, Tulsa. Which also, Tulsa, I want to get into, the Big Bass Clash one year. Big fishing tournament. This past year, it was $200 per person for 2 days of fishing. Fishing hours were 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Biggest bass won. Spotted, small, and large. Wipers did not count, from my understanding. And it's $100K to win. And once you buy your fishing spot, you're automatically entered in for a lotto on a bass boat. Brand new. I guess they deck it out with stuff, probably. Just gonna put some of this emerald green in the pectoral fin there. I just realized I left the soldering iron off there for a while and just now turned it back on. I've done a lot of early hook sets on this private pond I keep doing. The one I almost caught a electric fence with. So it was new. It was just the second time I went there. I'm still mapping out like the grass and stuff. And it was either a small bass or a panfish, or it was just a big clump of grass. It's a little murky, so you can't really see your baits very well. And I just yanked it. I guess I thought I was in Bassmaster or something. And it went flying out, and luckily I ripped the rod back down to save it from hitting the electric fence. But all the cattle behind me definitely gave me a look of what in the world just happened there. Alright, so we got all the emerald green dots done. Oh, I just ripped out a chartreuse dot. Oopsies. Here, I'll fix that. Give me a dot right there. Yep, perfect. My friend doesn't even know I have this mold yet. Maybe he'll purchase this one, or this would just be my personal one. I honestly don't care. Alright, okay, soldering iron is turned off. I'm gonna do the fin first on this one. I think I know how I'm gonna inject this. So I think I'm gonna do like a snow shine belly, and then do just a snow shine with maybe some Yukon in it, and maybe a drop of black, just to darken it for the top. That way it has some contrast. but still complements all of these bright colors. Has anybody fished with anything like this big, or like fished for muskie before? Because honestly, I've never, and my friend hasn't either. He's going out to Minnesota for like a weekend or something to do it. This ad on the TV right now is driving me slightly insane. I think that's good there. Actually, I'm just gonna do something wild right now. I am going to, believe it or not, I'm gonna step away from doing natural. I mean, look at this bait of how natural colored that is. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. I'm going to take blue up here at that small gill ring and just whoop, or gill plate, not gill ring. Yeah, gill ring. Just gonna kind of outline it with this. Turn that back on. Okay, this ad needs to go bye-byes. Thank you. Okay, that sucked. This thing is too cold. Hold on. Fixing. Boop. Gone. Get off of my finger. Could this thing start playing like music that I usually listen to? It said my mix. This mix is... who knows? Alright, here we go. We're gonna start doing stuff again here. Let's get this right. There we go. Alright. So there's half of this thing. Oh, pink in the tail down there. Bring it back, bring it back. Boom. That's not pink, that's red rum. Forget what I say. Just, I'm still in shock. I'm in a new mode, hypiatic shock. In case you can't tell, I don't take medical terminology. This is bait maker medical terminology. Well, it's gonna have a little blotch there, that's fine. Looks natural. Need a little bit more in there. Come on, drip. Why did I let that drip? I needed that drip. Give me that back. Drip. Thank you. Alright, I think that's good. So this swim bait, it's taken me 30 minutes. Now if I would do a bunch of these, I would be able to keep these warm. I'm probably thinking 15, maybe 20. I'm not sure. I usually talk to my dad with that, although this is my show. So it's probably gonna be like 15, because it's not like I'm doing some natural thing that's taking me like 20 years. Uh-oh, which way does this hook slot go in? I just realized it has that rounded... Is this a delete? No, this ain't no delete. I was gonna say, you can't delete that. Hold on. Let me get big boy back. Which way do your hook slot go in here? Hey, open your hook slot. Alright, so it's like this. The little round is near the back. Alright. Let's close that up. What am I doing? I went to put this guy back after checking his hook slot, and I literally went like this and folded him up, and like that just tells you how big this... If y'all make baits and you ain't got one of these, please just get one. Even if you don't do big bait fishing, like I literally don't, and this is just fun. Everything look similar? Yeah, it does. Okay. And all of that was hot when it went on too. Oh, yeah. I've never casted anything so big. Now, I've casted those big, like, realistic bluegill swim baits and stuff. And I've gotten those fairly close to docks. But I've caught a few trees in my lifetime. I think my personal best was about probably a 30-foot sugar maple, I think. That's what it was. I think that was my personal best tree that I caught. So, let's figure this out here. I don't think I have any of the colors I need, so I think I'm going to have to go pour some plastic out, which would take a little bit longer than if I had it and I could just remelt it. But that's just how things go. Especially on a live stream. I don't have 20 measuring cups that I can just get everything ready. And also, I didn't even have a plan, to be honest. The only plan I had was the opening, because my openings are usually slow and I don't get a bunch of people. So I'm learning a lot with the live streams, so gotta make it attractive. There we go. That's not that remelt puck. This remelt puck doesn't even matter. I'm just pulling remelt pucks from who knows where. So let me go measure out these 2 cups of plastic. Give me about a minute or 2, and I shall be right back. Alright, we're back with plastic. Jeez, just about spilled it everywhere. But, let's put this in here. Here we go. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So, like, a pack of the 3-inchers, I do 6 in a pack. So, like, 6 of these would probably be, like, $7 or $8, just because it takes me longer to make them. Because I gotta do the line and stuff, which, believe it or not, that line does take a little bit chunk of time. But like the other 6 packs would probably be like $5 or $6. It always depends on the detail for me. Like, I have 2 glide baits I have done already. There are trout, they're 7-inch glide baits. So, like, if I take this and boom, I can't even stretch that far, like that big. Because this mold's obviously bigger than 7.5 inches. But I did a rainbow trout kind of style, hand dawed it. Once I finish it and put an eyeball on it, I think I'm gonna put it up for like 13, or not 13, geez, 35. Because that's just what I've seen coming out of swim baits right now, or glide baits. That's what I've seen out of airbrush glide baits. That's what I've seen they are bringing in. Then I have another one I did. It's kind of like a twist on the sexy shad kind of thing. Once I get that eyeballed up, probably 30 for that one. And then I'm working on another one right now, like a palomino. I don't know what I'll do with that one because I don't know what it's going to look like yet and how long, so it always depends to me on how long and how fast I can make them. Because obviously I'm not making millions off this and I can't hire somebody to like assist with doing this. Now I can just like force my friend Hayden to come back and do a live stream and do it, but free labor, as long as I give him food or Mountain Dew. He'll usually work for Mountain Dew sometimes. He's like a beaver. He goes through as many Mountain Dews as a beaver goes through trees in its lifetime. And somehow he's still alive, believe it or not. Oh yeah, so here's some old dual injection remount. Like my first ever or second ever live stream, I did these. It was just all my dual injection remounted. Now look at that same remount puck. Look at the color difference. So yeah, that will be when the website gets out, limited time stock, basically. Need a little bit more on that. Almost done with the colors. Okay. I've been standing for an hour and almost 15 minutes. My mix. I'm trying the music, my mix again. Oh no, you're good. So, like, when your internet goes down, it honestly does not affect me. It affects you more than it does me. Because you're now slightly behind me, and that's it. Like, everybody's slightly behind me. Nobody is absolutely, the dead second I say something, nobody's hearing it that dead second. Like, and I think the closer you are to me, the worse it gets, because I had it on the TV in the garage one time to try it that way. That way I could read comments off there. And, yeah, that thing was more than, like, 3 minutes behind. It didn't even say anybody's watching it. It just said, like, no, that was so far behind. And I almost injected that by accident, even though it's 100% clear. So these are third cups, just because I'm running out of plastic, and I still have a little bit of official colors I need to knock out before I can order more. And when I get more, I'll be doing probably more YouTubes than I am right now, but so we're gonna need that black. We're gonna need this Snow Shine. So this is just a pearl in liquid form, but very, very, very pearl. Like, they did a thing on it before and said how small the microns are, but as you see, it is so shiny. Like, if they would sell the exact same powder they put in their pigments, which they do sell it, but they don't sell the exact same size, from my understanding, it would, the second you would open it, even without a fan on, it would, like, blow away. So we're just gonna put, I don't know, we're just gonna, $25. This one's gonna be the belly. 25 and a third cup, so times that by 3 and you'll get a whole cup, which is 75. I do know how to math, believe it or not. Alright, so that's good. We're gonna do 15 in the other one. Two more for good luck. Then one black. Once I remember how to open this and shake it. Went brain dead for a second. One, two. Oh yeah, I didn't overdo that. That's a nice silver right there. So that needs reheated for over 30. So let me do it this way. If I can keep them the same temperature through the processes, it just makes it easier when it comes to matching the temp for laminate. So my goal is always to try and keep them the same the whole way through. Alright. Gee, bugs all around me. So this, when I'm done with the live stream, it may not be released out to everybody else until tomorrow morning. It's always kind of confusing on when it actually gets released, because it will show up for other people and it still won't show up for me. So then all the settings are messed up on it, and then it doesn't work very well. Part of that is just my phone, but because storage space is all being used up by like a bunch of different things, my editing software, all that. Because all the computer is from 1963, so it is far too slow. Come on. Degas. There we go. Pickup Man, Joe Diffie. There we go. There's a good song. Oh yeah, and so one thing I'm playing with the worms is the same color that was in those salmon eggs I showed off at the beginning. This, I'm playing with making it a core shot and putting the white through the center. Same with the emerald green version, just putting emerald green through the center. And then I'm also playing with the Sexy Shad glitter. This one, the one that's all glitter. I'm putting a chartreuse line through it. Playing with those a little bit. Haven't got anything yet that is good for, like, that works. I haven't had enough plastic. I keep trying to make it work small amounts, and I just need to make more. Oh, here's a water bottle. Alright, so it's pretty well done here. So I'm pretty much making around 10 official colors per bait. Or not per bait, per, like, species. So, like, all the bass baits have 10. The ice baits and the salmon eggs, I think the salmon eggs only have 7. The ice baits have 8 or 9, somewhere around there. I think that's where they're going to stop, too. Crappie baits have 10, bass baits have 10, swim baits also have 10. The swim baits have a specialized 10. Not specialized like this specialized, but this is just more of those, it will probably be on the website. It will probably just be like a white one or a black one to show the detail in it. And then basically say below, email for custom style, because I could do like crankbait design on this thing. I could even technically take it out and I don't even know if I could dip it. I don't even know if I could airbrush it and dip it. It might just be too big. Ouch, just a little hot. Oh, I gotta put my dual injector back together. I still have it set up for the milking the cow method. Oh dear. Metal ball on the roll. I gotta go get that. So when you do milking the cow method, you take the cross member out and you're left with the 2 balls in the end. Although when you want a good lamination, you kind of gotta put this back on. Trust me, I know how to do this. Not my first time. Just, come on. Stop making me look like an idiot. Thank you. Alright, let me go get that ball. Alright, here we are. Now our dual injectors together. I just gotta close up the blending block. All it needs is a little wing nut put on it, and we are good to go. So the blending block is literally just a funnel. It takes 2 in the top, 2, puts 2 together. And then one thing that's awesome about Epic Bait Molds is they always engrave back, front, bottom, belly, whatever fits the style of bait. Unless it's like a worm, and it doesn't matter, obviously, but I turn this way, we'll make it better. back, belly. Pull this over, belly, back. They need to be warmer now. Took too long. Because it's got to flow around all that and melt all that to it. So let's just get that good. And you especially want this to be nice and lubricated. Which this needs to be lubricated, I think, unless there's something in it I don't know about it. Nope, it just needs lubricated. So when I lubricate my dual injector, I push them almost to the top. I still have this from Bass Tackle. It sent it with you. It's just worm oil. Take it, it's open, and just squeeze a little bit in to each injector port. Then I just pull it up and down a little bit. Sometimes I'll take it outside into the grass or over by the garbage can and pull it up and down a bunch because it will shoot some out the ends. And it doesn't hurt to have that go into your plastic because that's literally an ingredient in your plastic is whatever worm oil is made out of. So let's pull this out of the way here. Pull this over, pull that over, and then we are going to do the injection of the Era. Oh. Still looking good. Alright, we're lined up. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this is a little difficult to inject. Oh dear. Oh, why does it look like that? That's getting topped off. That's getting topped off. Go. Oh, why is it acting like it didn't inject? That's gonna make me angry. I don't think it injected properly because it's drinking a whole bunch of plastic. I knew I shouldn't have used a cold injector. Make sure your dual injectors are warm. This is gonna be funny looking. I'm out of snow shine now. Come on, clog it up. How? Stop drinking plastic. There's no more in the injectors for me to squeeze into it. Just stop. That's the last little bit of plastic I got. Let's hope it's finally jammed up. Oh my goodness, it's still flowing. Alright, so unfortunately we just wasted a bunch of time, I think. Unless I can save it somehow. We're almost at an hour and a half. Thank you to y'all who have watched. This is a long live stream. And I think this is where it's going to end because I literally have nothing else to show off, so. So we'll open up the blending block, show that off a while, because that might be the best thing that comes out of this. As much as I hate to say it. Let's open this up. See, that don't look good. That looks like it got too cold on the one side. I don't know. The only one way to find out is to open the injectors, which is kind of scary. I mean, I put a bunch of pressure on that because I didn't want it to screw up, and I think it still did. Ah! I mean, I'm pretty sure the injector plugs are both the same size. We'll find out. Let me bring this over here. And just... Oh yeah, the injector plugs are the same size. So what did come out is good. Alright, so here goes nothing. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good when you pull it off and you see a hole. Maybe I could somehow salvage it. How? I have no clue. At least, I hope the tail turned out. That way we can kind of see what it would have looked like. And then that's my fault for not wanting to use plastic. Oh, yes. Okay, so we can still see what it looks like. This is awesome. Okay. So, look at that. That's just insane. And I didn't even waste a bunch of plastic because it doesn't drink as much as you would think. But it worked. Just look at that. So, I will be making one of these for my friend because I guarantee once he sees this, he's gonna, like, want 4 million of these, even though he can't buy 4 million of these, but, like, yeah, he's gonna want to fish with this. So I gotta be a little bit easier on up here, and maybe a little lower on these ones, because it kind of jammed it up. But the tail still went the whole way. It didn't affect anything. So unfortunately we didn't get to see the whole thing, but I thank you guys for sticking around through this, even though we kind of struggled a little bit in this video. But we still got that and that. Like, just, you can imagine what this thing would look like. Unfortunately, this is going to be turned into our remount for the website launch. That's going to be a part of that now. That's going to be a part of that big pile. We have literally, like, over 5 cups of that. And I'm not making that up. But we got this. To close this out, I'm going to take you guys out into the sun. That way you can see this out there. I'll take the little one, too. I'll take baby right here. And then big balls. What should I call that? What did I call these? Splashers? Slashers? I forget what I called them. I called them something. Hold on. That one's not lit. Thrashers. I called them thrashers because, like, the tail's gonna thrash around. Thrasher, boss, thrasher. I don't know, something like that. But let me unplug you guys here. And we're gonna walk out. You're gonna see my driveway. Oh my goodness. I know it's amazing, my driveway. Just gonna walk out here. So here they are. Just jumbo baits. Well, one jumbo bait. The other one's just kind of small. But yeah. Hook slot there. Kind of gets a little stuck together. Right there. And the little top one just enough to sink your bourbon. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, boy.